Tasty, tasty. 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 Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a really, really good weekend. We're live, we're back, we're streaming. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, we'll see. It's a bit cold in the office, so I apologise. I'm trying to get the heating to warm it up a little bit, but it's not too bad. Perlin looks like she got first, so hey Perlin, thank you very much for being here. Corders as well, he says coffee got made. It did, we have coffee. Probably the worst latte I've done in like a week though, but that's fine. Anonymous Biker, hey man, good to see you. Chartered Music, thank you so much for 8 months of subs. Says nearly there for a PT baby, absolutely. 1 more month. Densus is here as well, hey man, good to see you. Kevy Babes too. Naya Doid is here as well, saying hello. Mr. Gimp as well. Super Hands, thank you so much for the 2 months of subs, currently on a 1 month streak. I really appreciate that. Kato here as well, so is RU. Void Media, thank you so much for 24 months of subs. Happy second PT birthday. Good evening, Jay and chat, he says. Thank you very, very much for that. It's Gur says 8 months is a long time. It's a huge amount of time. Thank you so much for your subs. I really appreciate it, man. Alvy's here as well. True Blaze as well. Keyboard Dad said, what up, chat? What is that emote? I don't even want to know what that is. Perlin subscribed for 19 months as well. Thank you so much, Perlin, for the sub. I appreciate that. Aniki's here as well. He says hi, Jay and chat. Aniki, good to hear you, dude. Good to hear from you. Troy Jam's here as well. So is Newfie. Fluffy Keeps as well. Snicket here's too. Robert Mikey as well. AK2452. Jenga 606. Posh JP. Posh JP, that's a great username. Finn Golfin, hey man, good to see you. Thank you very much for your first time on stream. Geeky Ed as well. Who else have we got? Geeky Ed subscribed for 19 months. Subtime ahoy. Thank you so much for the 19 months of subs, Ed. I really appreciate that. And Snicket just beats him out with 20 months of subs, so thank you so much for that as well. Ballboy says, tasty, tasty. It is. Thank you so much for all the subs and follows and everything else. I very much appreciate them. Not just joint aches. Wait, what? Oh, you had the flu last week, not just joint aches. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Robot. I really do hope you feel better. Tasty. Burrowium subscribed for 6 months. Thank you so much, dude. Y-Guess is here as well. He says hello. The hoodie is fire. Thank you, man. It's got a little llama on it, which I quite like. This is a really old hoodie, actually. I like this one so much I bought 2 of it, and then I had to buy my wife one because she really liked it as well. So I do have 2 of it in the same size, but they're both really old and a bit stained and a bit dirty now. But it's pretty cool. It's from a company called 10 Tree, and they make some really cool stuff. So check it out. Most of my workshop gear is made by 10 Tree, so check them out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they're really cool. AK2452, thank you so much for the 4 month streak. Says love you, Jay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Will subscribe for 21 months. Thank you so much, Will. 21 months. That's a huge amount of time. Curious Panda says good evening all. Sax subscribed for 12 months as well. Got a crackly old cough, but grooving. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. Hopefully you'll better still. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. Getting tongue-tied today. Free Juice, thank you so much for the 17 months of subs. Jenga with the 14 months of subs. Thank you so much, guys. All these subs today. It's pretty cool. It must be that time of month. for subs to be renewed or something. Mr. Gimp, still can't believe that the last stream I was dreaming of Midnight Rainbow R2, and here I'm now with OG Midnight Rainbow on my board. Such a great set, thanks Jay. Dude, like, it still psychs me out that even 4 years later, people still love that set. Like, it's literally, I think it's nearly 3 years since we delivered the group buy for that, since we shipped out the group buy, so it's pretty cool that people still like it. But it is coming back. It will be back. I'm currently kind of in my head working on kitting and just how I want to do the key set. Like, I'll probably talk about it on stream a bit closer to the time, but like I kind of want to do it in stock and not as a group buy this time around. Now that GMK's queue for stock colors is like 4 months, like that feels achievable. I want to have a chat with some other vendors, see if they'll be interested in it as well. So, not ISO only kitting, no. Absolutely not. I'm very much for people to have the kitting that they want, whether that's NC, ISO, or anything else. So, yeah. But I'm really glad you got it, Mr. Gimp. Really glad you got it. Trojam, thank you so much for 32 months of subs. That's a huge number of subs. Thank you so much. 32 months. Who'd have thought we'd have been streaming this long? I think now I've been streaming longer on the PT channel than I did and my old personal channel and Top Clack combined now. I think we've had more streams on this channel and for over a significantly longer amount of time, which is kind of crazy because Top Clack at one point was pretty big. Long time ago now though. Midnight Rainbow R2 would be so dope. Yeah, it's going to happen. I just want to make sure that I can do it. Unfortunately, I'm not confident that PT could afford sensibly, like we could afford the actual amount of money to buy the whole thing and do it in stock, but I'm not sure that that's the right thing for us to do. I think it would be more sensible to get other vendors to commit to like 50 sets or something like that each, just so we have that representation around the world. If I can't get that buy-in from other vendors, I'll probably just offer it solely through PT, but I'd much rather have it available around the world. So we'll see. You used to watch on Top Clack? Yeah, that's such a long time ago. I can't even remember when was the last time we did a Top Clack episode. It must have been 2021 or 2022. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on YouTube. Top Clack. What was the last video? The last video was... yeah, Brian did some Mental Health Mondays. I remember those. He did quite a few. The last stream we did together was, yeah, the 30th of July 2021. That was the last time we did the Top Clack stream together. And then there was about 4 or 5 streams after that, maybe a few more, 7 streams after that, where Brian did his own stuff, but then that stopped pretty quickly after that, I think. It's kind of crazy how long ago that is. Like that's like I started on Top Clack in either 2018 or 2019, so that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Wow, there it is. That's it. It's such a long time ago. Yeah, but at the time, Top Clack was huge because we were the only people covering group buy reviews and things like that. So yeah. Anyway, let's catch up with chat. You guys have been talking a few bit. Struggling with my words today. Talking a few things here. Wook Studio Key Cafe Caps look sick. Can't wait for that to be fulfilled. Yeah, so we should get them pretty soon. From what I remember, and I'd have to check my notes on this one, Wook said that they had finished production. So I think they'll be either in our next shipment or they might be in the current shipment on the way to us. I'm not sure. So yeah. ML says, Jay, will there be a restock for GMK Bordeaux child kits? No, not unless the group buy runs again. So the way that group buys work is that we will like see if there's community interest in buying a product. People hand over their cash, we'll get that product produced, plus we'll get an extra percentage of that product produced. Then once it sells out, it's gone. There may be some other worldwide vendors that still have GMK Bordeaux child kits in stock. I don't know. I don't track their stock levels, but there could be some vendors out there that do have it. I don't know. Evening Jay, do you know when the PT60s were restocked? Also, are they O-ring back in Eco Unicorn mount compatible? So PT60s we expect to restock once we finish shipping out the JO2s and we put the JO2s back in stock, because technically that is the PCB for the JO2. So we'll have PT60s back in stock after we finish shipping out the JO2s and put the extras live. probably later this month. It is O-ring back in Eco Unicorn mount compatible. Yes, I built my Isla prototype with it 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that. Kahaku this week. Almost all of the Kahaku boards are ready to go now, so we've invoiced about 10 to 20%, 20% of or so customers on Friday. The rest will get invoiced over Monday and Tuesday. We'll ship those out slowly this week, and in a week or two we'll have Kahaku extras. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet. That's probably going to be a raffle, so we'll put that up on the Discord server when we're ready to do it. Yes, we're building the Seis Cero this week, Rorschach. It is a beautiful board. Daji's really knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm really happy with the board. It looks great. I can't wait to show you guys in a few weeks. In a few minutes. My head is all over the place today, guys. I don't know what's going on. Ever since I saw Midnight Rainbow on the first stream of yours I watched, and you had to have it, over the moon to have it here now. Proper bucket list keep option for me. Nice, Mr. Gimp. I'm really glad it's made you happy. I'm really, really glad of that. And hopefully you'll pick up R2 when it comes out soon. Daji's up one of my favourite designers, if not my favourite. Yeah, it's a really cool design language. I'll talk about that when we get out in a minute and we show you the board. Top Clack, hosted by Jeremy Claxon. No, Top Clack was hosted by me and a guy called Brian, who was also called Quakums. That was his Discord handle. And he's still, the Top Clack server is still around. If you're interested, you can still join the Top Clack server. It's very quiet compared to what it used to be. But the Top Clack server still exists. I don't even know if the website disappeared. I don't know what happened to all the because we used to be sponsored by a load of the vendors that were around at the time. I don't know what happened to all that either, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's a thread. What happened to Top Clack Weekly News? Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. The website seems to have gone. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm going down the reminiscing lane here. But yeah. So the website seems to have gone. I don't even know if Brian still has the domain name for that, but it may be something we bring back at some point. So waiting for mine to ship, Coral HHKB. Yeah, so the only reason I've got my Seis Cero now is because I paid for the shipping and sent Thought a label. I literally sent them the label to ship it to me because it was cheaper than what they were charging me for shipping. So yeah, so that's how I did it. Just Music says, could I get some opinions on Woot Studios camping? I know GMK did one too, but I want to get the novelties which are out of stock for GMK. Yeah, we do have the GMK base kits in stock. The Woot Studios camping one it's a different material, but they're still good quality keycaps is my view. I'll let chat give you any more details. How do I feel about all the Red Bull drama going on recently? Until we know what's actually what, I don't know. So for those of you not in the loop, in the Formula One world, the team boss for Red Bull has been accused of something. We don't really know what, apart from it's some sort of inappropriate behaviour. And there's an investigation undergoing. So until we find out, I don't want to say anything. I haven't seen anything about Horner being cleared yet, no. A few weeks long is how long this stream is going to be. Yeah, yeah, my streams can carry on a little bit. Sometimes I apologise. Moons Vampire, thank you so much for the 16 months of subs. I appreciate that. Will R2 be GMK? Yes, it will be. We were looking at other options, and I did speak to Woot Studios about doing it with them, but ultimately I think we've decided to go back to GMK. The big thing I'm toying over is GMK can do a load of effects now that they never used to do, and I kind of want to include that somehow. I just haven't decided how yet. Have you seen the RPM vid on the accuser speaking out? I haven't, no. I haven't, not at all. Yeah. Shadow Music Sick going to get a set for the Neo 80. If we want to check it, would still be a good choice. Yeah, George will still get another set then. Midnight Rainbow. Yeah, as I say, if you haven't seen, like on GMK Kaiju, GMK did like a metal feel injection plastic molded for the keys, so you could have them almost look like metal, and they've done some that look like almost like a marble effect and like a translucent type effect as well. So we actually saw some of these. So Tim, I'm not sure if he's watching today, he came to see GMK last May with me, and they showed us these keycaps then, and they've started to include them in other sets since then. GMK Kaiju being the first, and then GMK Modern Materials doing it as well, and also the new GMK International Kit Enter keys. they all kind of have these kind of special options now, and I kind of want to implement something like that into the Midnight Rainbow reboot. I don't know how yet, and I haven't fully figured it out. It's kind of a lot percolating in the back of my mind, but it will happen at some point. But I want to do it in stock. That's the big thing. I want to do it in stock. I don't want to be doing a group buy. I don't want to be doing interest checks. I don't want to be doing any of that. I just want to go, guys, here it is. It's on the shelf. You can go buy it. So yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. Right, let's start to talk about PT news. So where are we at? Big thing for PT this week is we're going to finish off shipping JO2s. There is about 10 people still left to pay invoices for shipping. We've still got some who haven't paid it for derivative shipping a month and a half ago. So I'm hoping they pay quite quickly, but as of like tomorrow, I'm going to class the JO2s fully shipped. I think we've got a couple of support issues to work through on email when I get back into the office tomorrow as well. And then we're also now doing invoicing for Kahaku. So I want to get those done between Monday and Wednesday. Make sure that all of the Kahakus are QC'd, packed, and invoiced for shipping, ready to go as soon as people pay that shipping invoice. And then over the next couple of weeks, we'll drift those out. Then that means that we can do JO2 extras and Kahaku extras later this month. Currently tentatively targeting the last couple of weekends of February, but we'll see how that goes. In terms of other things this week, we have got some GMKs that's due to arrive this week. We've got GMK Beige add-on. Hold on, we have got some others. Where's my Notion? Let me just have a quick look at Notion. It'll tell me. My mind's gone blank today. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I apologise. So we've also got GMK Nightlife coming, which only ran in group buy back in November. So November to now, and we're already shipping the group buy out. That's how fast GMK's turnaround is now getting. GMK Alter Reader is also on its way, and GMK Euler has just finished production, and it's about to ship in about a week, I think. So that's going to be on the way as well. So all of those will start to ship out in the next couple of weeks as well. Sorry, not Euler. It's spelled Euler. It's pronounced Euler. I know. Before anyone corrects me, I know it's pronounced Euler. But yeah, EULER, which is a really cool set if you're into that kind of theme. So those should be all here this week. We finally got the replacements for the the fixed kits for Twisted Stems for GMK Dracula arrived ages ago, but they used the wrong red, so we had to wait for a fixed kit for the fixed kit. Those are now here as well, and we've got 4 or 5 orders still left to ship out for those, so we'll get those done this week too. And then we've also got the Zoom Pad group buy, the first Zoom batch. They have arrived at the PC Workshop, so we need to QC and pack those. I'm hoping to do them Thursday, Friday this week, and get Cam Great Wave out as well. Cat Great Wave, Cam Great Wave, whichever it is. Get that out this week as well, and then that leaves us completely free until the next shipment arrives to concentrate on in-stock products, which are nice and easy and don't take much management at all, and Argyle. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, so there we go. Lots of stuff going on. Some keycap pictures that have been floating around are super cool. Yeah, they are. Why, hello there. Hey, Mr. Josh. Thank you so much for being here. That sounds cool. Yeah. Nightlife already can tell it's quick because my shop app hasn't tried to archive it yet. Yeah, so Nightlife, I think we sold it around back end of November, I think. Or maybe that's when we paid the invoice, I can't remember. But yeah, it's been super duper quick. Like, the turnaround time has been phenomenal. And I think for like a lot of other stuff that's almost ready as well. So I think MT New 800, GMK Underworld, and Vaporwave R2 should be March. Like, that's what we're expecting in March. I think Black Snail will be in April. And then Beloved and Modern Materials will be April as well, I think. That's the current kind of understanding that we've got. So yeah. That's what we're going to be working on this week as well. We do have some discounts for you today as well. There's 2 discounts today. I thought I'd give you guys a lot of special stuff on the stream today. So Jellymaster's pinned it and it's in chat. But this was written by Robert Mikey, so thank you, Robert. He says, roses are red, violets are blue, Valentine's is on the way, so here's a couple of discounts for you. Show you set up some love with 20% off anything in stock, except artisans using the code SundayStreamBliss with capital SB. on anything in stock apart from Artisans. But fancy a gift for you and your significant other? Use code Sunday Artisan Bliss for buy one get one free on Artisans as well. So offers last until the end of stream. So you can pick up both of these until the end of stream. You can get 20% off anything that's in stock until the end of stream using the first code, and you can get buy one get one free on Artisans until the end of the stream. They will stack, so you can use both in the same order. You won't get 20% off your Artisan keycaps, but you will get buy one get one free, and the 20% off will apply to anything else that's in stock. The code for Artisans is Sunday Artisan Bliss, all one word, capital S, capital A, capital B. So Sunday Stream Bliss for 20% off anything in stock. That's that one. And then Sunday Artisan Bliss for buy one get one free on Artisans, and that's valid until the end of the stream. So there you go. Have fun, guys. Mr. Blackbrook, hey man, good to see you. Storesness as well. Good evening, good sir. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you both. Dynamic says, hi Jay, are you able to show the Salvin times GMK purple night on stream, or is it visible through the packaging? It's not visible through the packaging. So Salvin has, I don't know if I have one to hand actually. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. So unfortunately I don't have one that's open, and Salvin packaging comes like this, only you can see where this one's supposed to have been sealed. So it comes like this sealed. We don't unseal them, the customer gets to unseal them, and we can't see the keycap in there at all. So even if I get one, all you're going to see is like a red box like this. This is the Oblivion one, and then the kind of like the casing folds down so you can take the keycap off. But yeah, so they come like that, so I don't have, like, even if I go get it, I can't show you it without breaking the seal, and then we can't sell it, so. Does it need to be 2 orders if one to use both? No, Moons, you should be able, the codes should work together as long as you're not using them for any other discounts. You should be able to get 20% off anything in stock apart from Artisans, and then buy one get one free on Artisans in the same basket. So yeah. Hello, you. 3D printed case is brilliant. I have one of his really early ones. Yeah, this is a really old one, I think. Oh, it's from Oblivion, so it's quite a while old. But yeah, we've had these for years. He did them in different colours at one point. But it's just a compliant mechanism, so it's all one printed piece. I dropped the keycap. It's all one printed piece, and then the edges just fold up. So luckily this is a B stock one. This is a customer return because it failed QC. So it doesn't matter if we damage it. There we go. Cool. Okay. So I think we've covered PT news. We're definitely going to have Kohaku extras, which is going to be quite cool. Probably going to do those as a raffle towards the end of the month. I think we're targeting a weekend of the 23rd for both that and the JO2 extras to go in stock, I think. So probably a week on Friday coming. But we'll announce it on Discord when we set those dates in stone. I think we'll have some GMK extras as well to go live as well next week as well. So the other bits and pieces too. So watch out for them as well. So yeah, so that's PT news. Pretty much everything I have to share. Which JO2 colours will be available? So at the moment I can announce that we will have some extra Blackout Edition boards, because that's what we did the main group buy for. We will also have some SPC boards for SPC members only. There's very few of those. Those are literally only going to be for SPC members. And then we'll also have some raw boards. So these are just raw milled aluminium. They are not anodized in any color at all, and they are ready for coating. Now we do have something cool to announce with Salopian, where you'll be able to have it Cero-coated, and we haven't fully finalized the details on this yet. But effectively how it's going to work is you would buy a raw board from us. You would either buy the raw board just on its own and have it shipped to you as a raw board, or you would buy it from us as a raw board with a Cero-coat option. And Pexon at Salopian already has all of these raw boards. We've dropped some off to him a couple of weeks ago. He will then coat it based on the 2 colours that you pick. One colour for the pen rail and mid piece, the other colour for the top and the bottom, based off his stock list of colours. We'll charge you for that, and then Pexon will ship out the board about 2 weeks later. So I think it's going to cost like 135 quid extra on top for the Cero-coating portion because of James's time and effort and work, and of course VAT is included in that. that, so we'll work it out in a bit more detail. But effectively, you'll be able to buy a Cero-coated version of the board as well at the same time, and just have Pexon do it for you. So you can have any color that you'd want at that point. The only exception to that is you will not be able to pick colors that match the Blackout Edition, because the Blackout Edition will be in stock, and you won't be able to pick colors that match the SPC Edition, because the SPC Edition will be in stock. And it will only be a list of Pexon's stock colours. So he will have a list of about 10 colours that you can pick 2 of. If you want anything more in depth, like colour matching or anything else, you'll have to buy a raw board and then reach out to Pexon directly to have your board Cero-coated by if you want to do it. Will the raw JO2 be the same price as the Blackout? It will. If you buy the raw board on its own, it will be about £10 to £15 cheaper than the Blackout edition, just because of the cost of anodizing. Yeah, so you wouldn't want to clear coat the ones that we have raw. You will want to coat them. The reason for that is because we've had them sandblasted ready for Cerakote, so they're in a good condition to accept the Cerakote rather than just leaving them machined. So we have prepped them to help Pexon in advance. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, so that's cool. We've done some test coats of a board. There's one that's going to a friend of mine very, very soon. That should be arriving next week, which I'm pretty excited to see. And then we will have, over the next few months, some other limited edition versions of the JO2 in stock that will have been Cerakoted in advance. I can't share any details of those just yet, but I will be able to soon. So yeah, which is pretty cool. Kaku extras are going to fly. We'll see. I think because we're doing it by a form, they're probably going to be PayPal only, just because it's a pain to do a form and then actually invoice everyone manually through Shopify. So we're probably going to do them through PayPal only. We'll see how that actually works out. Any news about the F1 GB? Formula 1? I'm not sure what you mean. So yeah, such a great idea. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Just finished building my J2, in love with it already. I'm really glad to see it. I saw yours go out the other day, yeah. Well, a little while ago. I've lost track of the days a little bit. Who let Matt kick the door in? Must have left it unlocked if you kicked it in. How did you achieve the two-tone on the Blackout, different material, blasting, and pre-anode colour? So we actually... So there's 2 things that are in effect tonight. The way it's anodized is slightly different. So it's done in a different anodization bath with a slightly different dye in it. And at the same time as that, we also blasted it with a finer grit material for the mid piece and the pen rail. So you get like a more satin finish on the case, and then a more polished finish. Sorry, a more satin finish on the pen rail and mid piece, and a standard anodized finish on the top and bottom case. So it's just due down to the finishing and how we've anodized it. So it's a slightly different dye that's put in the anodization bath for it as well, which is why partly why the cost is there. Like, it's quite expensive to do that. F1 XV2 probably. I can't talk about that. I don't know what you're talking about. Soon. It arrived last Friday, but I got around to building it today. We'll get some photos done of it tomorrow, hopefully. Nice. Do share, Snicket. Yeah, I did see yours going out. I've lost track of the days. I can't remember. It feels like it was yesterday, but like we haven't packed any for a few days, so it must have been a while ago. So yeah. Okay. So I think that's pretty much everything from a PT news perspective. If you guys have got any questions, you can ask during the stream anyway. So do let me know what you want to hear about. And as always, we kind of do like an AMA during the stream. So if there's anything about PT or me or keyboards or anything in general, the cars, technology, phones, math, history, science, if there's anything you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. So yeah. Is there any HHKB layout keyboard PT will be selling in the future? Yes. Yes. That's all I can say right now. That's all I can say right now. Right, okay, let's flick over the cameras and get onto the build stream. I'm just going to put my coffee to one side. So, today I need to give this desk mat a clean because it's filthy. Hey Jay, so happy I managed to get the Keycobot Darling extras today. Woo. Yeah, we just had a couple of sets left in stock, so I think it was only like 3 or 4 or something. It wasn't a huge number. We just put them in stock, so yeah, I'm glad. I just wanted them to go, so we gave them a good price. So yeah, with the Cerakote from Pexon, does it cover singular colours or some of James' funky designs, or is that up to him? So I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Curious Banners by AMA. He meant NDA. No, you can ask me anything about different things, but there's certain things I can't tell you about for NDAs. Yeah. So with the Cero coating from PEX, I said a minute ago, it's just going to be a list of 10 of PEX's stock colors that you'll be able to pick 2 of. So you'll be able to pick any 2 of the 10 colors that we list and have it Cero coated as those colors for the standard fee, which I think it's going to end up being about 135 quid, I think, for the standard fee. If you wanted something more in depth or something more custom, like a speckled effect or a camo effect or a marble effect, then you would have to buy a raw one on its own and then have it shipped to you from us and then pick it up with PEX. And whilst we want to do some cool stuff with PEX, and we can't have anything like that because then it becomes really complex, because PEX's pricing is going to be different and it's going to be really weird because we have to charge VAT and and then PEX we'd have to pay PEX for the service because you'd paid us. Like, that's fine when it's just stock colors because we can work all that out, but when the costs are variable, we won't know what to charge you at checkout, and then it's going to be an uplifting cost, and then PEX, you're going to get one invoice from us and one invoice from PEX. So it's just easier if we do that separately. So for JO2s, you'll be able to order a raw one with us with a Salopian Cero coating service that will cover any 2 colors from a list of 10 or 12, and that will be fine. If you want anything additional to that isn't part of that, you will have to discuss that with PEX separately, buy a standalone raw unit, have that shipped to you, and then send it on to PEX, just to keep it nice and easy. Otherwise it will get so complicated so quickly, and Salopian isn't like an in-house service where we can do that kind of back and forth, unfortunately. So yeah, you were on the toilet when you got the notification. Nice. So cool to be here. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching. Cool. Do I need to rewind for some news? What's this? News on what? I don't know what you're on about, Zazora. What are you on about? What are you talking about? Deskpad worked extra hard dealing with the Rocket gamer gun. Yeah, so after we built the Rocket last week, we did have we have cleaners that come into the workshop every week and they clean my desk down and everything else. She did give this a good vacuum. She actually put it on the floor and vacuumed it, but you probably can't see it on the camera, but there is a few kind of marks on it. There's a line here. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but it just needs a bit of a needs to go in the washing machine, let's put it that way. My cable here, this is Pexon. This is a Pexon cable. Cool. Okay, so we are building the Seis Cero today, which is a 60%. If you guys haven't seen these before, this is by Daji. And it was sold exclusively through Thotkeys, so big up to I1A who runs Thotkeys. Pretty happy with the service from them. The board does have a little bit of a dent here in the case. It's not actually as bad as it looks on the stream, but that means it's done its job. It's protected the keyboard and kept it nice and safe. Let's open it up and take a look. I am actually surprised at this because Seis Cero means 60, but it's a 60%. So wouldn't it have been, what's 60 in Spanish? Is it 60? Is it 60? I can't remember. Anyway, it's a long time since I've done it. So I'm surprised they didn't call it that, whatever the word for 60 is, rather than 60. So anyway, let's have a look at the board. Yeah, I thought it was 60, yeah. First of all, we get a few bits and a few goodies in the top case here. So a few little bits in here. Your face looks so soft. Thank you. I think Seis Cero is just cooler. Maybe. First things first, we get a keychain. Not quite sure what this is for. I assume it's for the outside of the case so we can label it and stick it on the case. I won't be doing that, but that's fine. We have some of the Geon feet that are used on this board, and I'll show you how those work later on. They kind of just press into place. We have a controller. Come on, camera, please. This is unusual. I wasn't expecting to see that. I assume, is that... What's this for? Let's have a look. Oh, it's just the standard controller. Okay, interesting. We have a daughterboard and JST cable. Either that's got some bits to snap off, or it's not a standard daughterboard. I think it's got some bits to snap off. We also have some tadpoles from Geon Works. A ton of spare screws. Well, I assume these are spare screws. So all of those nice goodies. Pop them to one side. As well as that, we also have a plate, which is an ANSI only. This is FR4 plate, which is nice and standard. It's basically one layout: 7U bottom row, supports wing keyless or non-wing keyless, full or split right shift, full or split backspace, stepped or full caps lock, and I assume there's a cutout here for something extra. I'm not quite sure what this cutout's for yet, but I'm sure we'll see when we put the board together in a minute. And then I'm assuming this is the PCB in here. And we have a PCB. Looks pretty standard. Okay, some little extra snap-on bits on the side. I like how they've done the indents here for the stabilizer cutouts. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. No ISO support, so we are going ANSI today. And then here is the little connector for the board and a screw point for it. That's kind of cool. It's pretty cool. Old school diodes, a couple of JST ports, one on the larger side, one on the smaller side. That'll be for the daughter board. Not sure what the larger one's for. We'll find out though, I guess. But that's pretty cool. Okay, so we can build this plateless today, which I think we're going to do. I don't think we're going to put the plate in. I think we're going to build it plateless, just because I think that's more fun. Okay, so that's everything in there. Let's take a look at the board itself. To be honest, I haven't even looked at the kind of like the history of this board since I ordered it, because it's been quite a while, so. So yeah. There's EPBT Alice ordered. Your streams aren't good for my wallet. Well, we like to offer discounts on stream, so at least it doesn't hurt your wallet as much as it normally would. I think if you used a Spanish word for 60, it would have sounded too close to the Marissi boards in Italian. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Big up Gian, Anti Gang. I didn't go for the Bluetooth mod. Wish I would have ordered one as well. Orange? No, I went for the blue. This is a pale blue, wing keyless. See where the daughter board sits there. That's where the cutout for the chip that we looked at is. Looks pretty neat and tidy. Really happy with that. It's a lovely colour. Flipping over, there's the weight and the connector. And then you can see here there's the slots for the push-in feet. Okay, let's take the board apart and have a look inside. Right, okay, what size screwdriver do we need here? Have this the wrong way around, whoops. There we go. It's a very nice blue. Yeah, hold on, the light's not quite right in here today. Let me just change the lighting here so you can see it a bit better. There we go. That's washed out a little bit, but it's okay. That's pretty close, actually. It's pretty close. I can't remember what the colours were called, if I'm honest, to Kirizak. Like, I haven't looked at the IC or the listing for a long time. So I can't remember what the colours were called, if I'm completely honest. I don't own a set of GMK Indigo actually at the minute. It's not a set I have. I do have some sets pulled out to the side though that we'll pick later on. You guys get to pick the switches in a minute as well, so I'm just going to take these screws out. But yeah, I never personally bought a set of GMK denim. I don't own Arch either. I ended up giving that away. I think someone had an issue with an ISO enter key, so I gave them my personal one, and then I sold the last one. Yeah, Perlin, ask away if you've got a question. Ask away. Open book. That's pretty nice milling in here. I think this is. I know who the manufacturer is. I can tell from the anodization who the manufacturer is. It's very nicely milled, very nicely made. Very nicely put together. I do like the side profile here. This is really nice. Yeah, pretty happy with this. Okay, so let's take out the base, because we need to take out the base to have a look at the daughter board. I'm just going to take out these 4 screws. Cherry Tansy on the. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't dislike it. No comment, Archie. RY, sorry. Okay, I must remember that those 2 are the longer screws. They are slightly longer than the other ones. Yeah, this is the only board I've got by Daji. I don't have any other boards by them, but I do really like the design language here. Okay, and there we go. You can see that this is how the daughter board connects. Can't get my focus. There we go. So let's go ahead and pop the daughter board in. And then this is space for a battery. If you want to use Bluetooth, you can have a battery added here. So you can just plug the battery in, wire through here, through this hole here, and then it comes up through there, and that's what plugs into the larger one. This is where the battery plugs in. Okay, so let's get the daughter board fitted. I think we need an even smaller screwdriver for these. Oh no, we need the same one. That's pretty cool. I do like it when boards have the same screwdriver requirement all through. No, I don't. I don't have the battery that would be needed for it to do it Bluetooth, I'm afraid. Do you have an empty of the new GMK boxes, the trainer books that might be going in the bin that I can rehome? So I don't have any boxes, because the boxes that we get we only have the outside boxes with keycaps in them. But the next time we get a GMK delivery, they usually pack empty space in the boxes with the potato trays. So if you want potato trays, I can absolutely probably get you a load of those, Perlin. But to do the boxes, I wouldn't have those, unfortunately. Okay, so the daughter board is here. It does have 2 tabs on it that need snapping off. So we're just going to snap those off. 1 and 2, nice and easy. And then that means we can pop the daughter board in. Fits pretty nicely. Look at that. Pop this in now. I think they actually prefer the term. What do they call them when we were there? They gave them a name while we were there. I think they called them carbohydrate trays or something. But yeah. Why is there 2 cutouts on the bottom? One cutout is for the JST for the PCB for the daughter board. So this is going to have a cable that comes through here, through this hole, and into the back of the PCB. The other one is for a battery that can sit here and come through here if you want to use it Bluetooth mode. It doesn't come with a battery. You did have to source that independently. That's just due to shipping rules around batteries and things these days. So yeah. Dust maker trays. Yeah, I mean, they do dust them before they ship them out. They actually wipe all the keys down with a brush for the manually packed ones, and for the automated packing ones, they do like a blast of air over them. Just going to plug in the JST cable. There we go. Okay, so time to pop this back onto the board. So the first thing I'm going to do is just drop the weight back in. Just like, well, it has to go in straight. There we go. And then I'm just going to screw that back down. And I did the 2 shorter screws for this. That's 1. That's 2. And then I'm going to fit the JST cable through the hole. And then we're going to screw down with the 2 larger screws the daughter board socket. Nice. And then the JST cable will lay across there like so. and we've got the board all put back together. But I do like the design language here. The purposeful seam around this is just really nice. Like this choice to indent the seam is really, really nice. And the colours work really, really well as well. Just a really nice thing. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let's move on to the PCB. We'll put the chip in last. I will take off the cover just so that we can properly screw that down when it comes to it. It works basically like an M2 hard drive would do on a standard PC. The other thing I'm going to do here as well is I'm just going to snap off the two ridges along each edge of the PCB because those don't need to be there. That's one off. That's two off. It's all going to fit together a little bit nicer. Okay, next job is stabilizers then. Just catch up with chat, we'll have a drink of my coffee. I assume it's the shipping that creates the dust once they've packed them. The knobby bits can get a bit damaged, so I assume that's the source of the dust. It is pretty much, yeah. Don't get many that explode. I always have the delete key on a second tray, always flipped. That back looks quite clean. It looks really clean. It's a lovely board. It's a lovely board. Okay, just a couple of things I have noticed, which tell me which manufacturer it was. If you look here, you can see that there is like a patch missing on the anodization. That's the hook mark, so they've actually used this screw hole and probably one of the others to like hang the boards from while they've anodized it. Oh, interestingly, the second hook mark is actually not on a screw hole, but it's there, that little dot. So they've had a hook that holds onto it here and here at the very least. Let's see if there's any more. There's another hook mark just here as well. So it's been held up for 3 points when they've anodized it. It's been held up like so. And then dipped in the anodization tank. So yeah. Pretty interesting. Oh wait, there's another one. There's a fourth one here. So there's been two hook marks. It's been here and here, then one here, and then one at the bottom as well. So it's probably been held like that, dipped in like that, and it's just had 4 connect points. So yeah, interesting. It's nice that the internal edges are all chamfered as well. That usually, these ones aren't, like there isn't, but all around these are internally chamfered as well, which is nice. Okay, so stabilizer time. I need to grab lube and a brush. That's the lube. Don't know what's happened to that brush, but can you guys see that? It's gone really manky. Don't want to use that. Brush. Right. So for stabilizers, we've got these here. These are TX stabilizers. We're just going to install them. So I have a 7U and a 6.25. Don't need the 6.25 because we're just going 7U on this build. So we'll do the spacebar stabilizer. We'll do full backspace. I need a wire for that, obviously. We'll do ANSI enter and full left shift. That's how we're going to build the board today. Okay, so let's take these apart first and remove the silver wires because we're just going to use the gold ones today. The wires are actually from a set of Owl Lab stabilizers. I've seen some people get mad over internal hook marks, which you would never see on a completed build. It just seems hilarious what some people get hyped up over. Like the thing is, hook marks are going to exist. Like you have to have them in some way, shape, or form. Like Like, if you look at the JO2s, because the JO2 is like a 3-piece case, we have the bottom here, which has got the acoustic cavity in, and it comes with the foam insert. The felt insert for inside there. We wanted this to look really nice, so we chose not to have the hook marks on this surface, but we chose to have the hook marks on this edge here, because when the board's built, you put the mid piece over the top of that so you can't see it, but because it's the quick disconnect top and you can take the top off really quickly on the JO2 and you can switch out the builds, and some people like to see the felt inside, we wanted the inside to look really, really nice even if you didn't have the felt there. So we purposefully chose to have all the hook marks put onto this edge here, but you're going to have them, that's the thing. There's no way of getting around it. Like, it's just... Like, even with Cerakote, there will be tiny marks where you know, the Cerakote hook has to go, because things have to be hung up in some way. It's just one of those things. Okay. This is such a pretty board. No, you. Cerakote on the brain there. Wait, did I mention Cerakote again? Sorry. It's been a big word in my life recently. Okay, so we're just going to loop up the wires and then pop them into the housings, and then we'll loop the housings after the stabilizers are built. Keyboard and hobbyist being picky, name a more iconic duo. Yeah, I get it though. I get why people are picky. Like, it's a thing in the hobby, but it's there for the right reason. Goosebender says, although, is there not 2 holes on it already for the cables? Yeah, but like you still have to have a hook mark somewhere. Like, you have to hang it up. So you don't want the hook mark to have like a line off of the holes. Like, those 2 holes aren't going to balance it very nicely. Like, the thing is, you've got to remember it's dangling off a couple of points here. If you dangle it off one, it's just going to spin around and twist around. So you have to hang it off of more than one to make sure it's nice and firm, and it's not going to bash into other parts, and it's not going to swing. Like, you don't just do like one bottom at a time. You'll do probably 6 or 10 depending on the jig that they build for each one. So like let me give you an example. Like if I hold my phone by just one point here, like, and just bear in mind that it's on a thin hook, like it's basically a thin piece of metal that kind of hooks into the corner like this. Like, if you hold it on one point, it can wiggle around and it can move around. Like, it could go backwards or forwards, or it could twist or whatever else. But if you hold it on 2 places, then you are much more aligning it. It's only got that kind of movement. It can't move like that laterally then. So that's why they have the 3rd one down at the bottom, just to give it rigidity, so it can't wiggle or waggle or anything. Like, it's just basic stuff for anodization, really. And of course, you have to do the same thing when you're Cerakoting and things like that as well. Although at least with Cerakote, you can kind of like maneuver around the part because it goes on like a powder coat. Wiggle or waggle is the scientific term for it. Yeah, okay, so you pin the part in a way to prevent torsion in 3 dimensions and provide rigidity to the positioning. How about that? Does that sound better? Prevent rotational and lateral forces maneuvering the part to reduce coverage of anodization effectiveness. How about that? Wiggle or waggle is best. Absolutely it is. I'm just trying to explain to you guys why they do it and why it's an issue. Or why it's not an issue. Like, why it's just a fact of anodizing. Oh man, ribbon cables on the stream are so difficult. The reason isn't because I usually struggle with them, I absolutely don't, but because the stream lights are so bright, I can barely see sometimes when my head's in, like, underneath them, and I can't get as close to parts as I'd like to either and still keep you guys visible. Or I'll still keep it visible for you guys, so it's just one of those things. 0 point technology. Yeah, I mean, it's not just collisions. You just don't want it resting on things like the side of the bath or anything else as well. Because if it does, then it's just not going to get anodized in those places. Like, you need the fluid to freely flow around the part. TPS 40 flashbacks. Hey, it's all fixed and working now, is my TPS 40. Since we finished shipping the group buy, I had some spare ribbon cables. It's all back and fixed now. Spacebar. Like, I'm much slower in building on stream as well. Not because I take less care when I'm building, but because I'm talking all the time and trying to interact with you guys and checking what you guys are saying. When I build a keyboard normally, it probably takes me about 45 minutes to do the same level of quality work, but like when I'm on stream, it takes me a lot longer. Which is why I only stream one build a week, because if I streamed all the builds I do a week, I'd never get them done. I'd just run out of time. I should really put my phone back on charge. There we go. I noticed Perla never came back. I think she must have been disappointed with my notes that there was no boxes for the GMK spare trays that we get. Someone ban Weird for Chiro, please. One of the mods. Right, okay, so we're just going to lube the side of the rails now. Nice and simple. Spicy chow mein, hey man, thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Jellymaster. Thank you. Okay. Just going to put a tiny blob just in the rear of each stabilizer as well, just to help over time and reduce that rattle. That's one stabilizer done. Don't need that. Again, we're just trying to lubricate the stabilizer here. We're not trying to bully into submission or over lube it, because that just makes them not work at all as well. So remember, you can always add more lube later on if you need to. But it's very difficult to take it apart once it's built. Mental marketing strategy right there. Yeah, right. Like, do I need bots? I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to be some massive streamer that gets like 1,000 people watching at a time. I'd probably be a little bit nervous about that. Okay. Although I imagine most of you guys only watch for the discounts, right? Okay, almost done now with the stabilizers. Then we'll get them put into the board, and then we can start picking switches, which is something that you guys can do today. We'll have a poll up by one of the mods very shortly, where you guys will be able to pick out which switches you'd like to see in the build today. There are 2 choices, so one of the mods will get the poll up in just a moment for you to be able to see that. There's not a lot on Sunday nights. Gee, thanks, Trojo. I'm here for the innuendos. Yeah, there's lots of innuendo. Lots and lots of innuendo. You find the logistics fascinating? Dude, the logistics kills me. It's the we are pretty much a logistics company. I know I say this a lot, but we pretty much are a logistics company with a sideline in keyboards. It's just phenomenal how much of our business is actually logistics. Like, it's basically Sharon full-time and me, well, probably full-time hours on that as well, to be quite honest. Wrong way. Jay, get this right. You might wonder why I'm pushing the stabilizers in with a screwdriver. I actually used to push them with my fingers until about 6 months ago, and I trapped my skin underneath it, and I got a massive blood blister, so now I just keep my hands out of the way. Let me just do it like this. There we go. That's all of those now put into the board. It's looking good. We're just going to pop the little retaining tabs in underneath. And you should be able to see the pole guides for the switches. So we have two options today, Gator on CJ switches or POM piano switches. So both are an option. I have enough switches of both to one side. They have both been lubed by Matt the Pokemon Kid. With 205 grade 2. And both are ready to go in the board. So we're voting on the switch plate now. Switch poles now. No, just the actual switches themselves. Better than Gogglebox. 1% better than Gogglebox. Thanks. Wow. I see how it is really, guys. I didn't even know Gogglebox was still on the TV, to be quite honest with you. I thought that had ended years ago. The thing is, once you've opened up POM piano switches, they tend to not feel as good afterwards, so by the time you've opened them, you might as well lube them. Sorry, not the POM pianos, the CJs is what I meant. I'm just a baby to the hobby, and I find the background noise just pleasant to listen to. Lumency, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I think when Lottie used to watch the streams every week, she used to say that she used to enjoy falling asleep to them. But I don't know whether that was a compliment or not. It's weird because you usually like lube. Yeah, but like, if you watch this video back on YouTube, every time I say the word lube, it gets censored. Or it used to do. I don't know if it still does, actually. They used to censor it. Okay. So there we go. It's time for switches. As I say, you've got about 5 seconds left, but POM piano switches are going to win by the looks of it. But very few people actually voted, considering we've got over 130 viewers right now. Only like 30 people voted. POM pianos did win. Now we are going with this as a plateless build today, so we don't need a plate, so we're just going to pop the switches in. I'll see if these will hold in, or if we're going to have to solder them individually. Oh no, these are going to hold. That's nice. Okay. So I'm just going to pop the switches and get them all nice and flush, and then we'll solder the board afterwards. Now, because these are 5 pins, we shouldn't need to worry too much about alignment. And of course, we don't need to worry about getting them into a plate and then into a PCB. We're just going straight into the PCB. Need 2 unbreakable plates as standard. Sure, why not? Oh, interesting. So the backspace doesn't hold, so we'll have to do that separately. But we'll get the rest of the switches in. It's probably anything that's going to have like 2 options to positioning. We're just going to have to solder manually instead. That's fine. What's the benefit of going plateless? It just gives a different sound profile and a different feel to the board. I wouldn't say it's a benefit as such, but it's like a different typing experience. Like, it's just going to change how the board feels for you. Oops. I felt like we bent the pin as I was putting it in. I tried to let go of it. There we go. So yeah, it's just a different feel and a different sound profile. Not better, not worse, just different. Well, it's only better or worse if you prefer it that way. It's really tight to push in. How do you know when a switch will benefit from filming? Usually just trial and error. Like you try a filmed switch and you try a non-filmed switch and see which you prefer. That's usually the golden rule. Of course, you're going to like different things to what I like. So the trick is to just try it and see. Also, the most flex generally. Yeah, generally speaking, it will be a little bit more soft in terms of the typing experience. To remember that we are building a win keyless board here. Have we been a pin there? No. Some switches are just a little bit tighter into the PCB. So we just need to make sure we miss those two switches when we get down to the bottom row. Oh no, the playing marbles, that was last week's one. So I don't know where that came away from, where that came up. Did someone put the code in? Leviathan offers playlists, probably be extras. Yep, will be. I don't know why Stream Elements has posted that, because that was last week's stream, not this week's. Step caps is best, so we're going to go steps. Or that's not going to hold, so we're just going to have to do that later. Thank you, Mr. Jellymaster. The mods are on it today, I've got to be honest. Don't forget, guys, if you've got any questions for me at all about anything, doesn't have to be keyboard related, just ask away in chat. Just tag me and ask away. I'll try my best to answer any question at all. Open book policy. As long as it's not going to get me kicked off Twitch, or it's not going to break someone's confidence or an NDA, I'll give you an answer to the question. Jelly is amazing as mod. He is.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, Skimson, for the 16 months of subs. Thoroughly appreciating, my dude. Okay. So we are going to need to do some manual switches whereby we put a bit of solder in the hole, then push the switch in, then get it aligned. So we'll need two switches for that because we need one for backspace and one for caps lock. But it's pretty much ready to start soldering. Has there been a car that got away, an auction or listing that went before you decided to get into buying? Yeah, there was a Kenmiri Skyline in Japan about 3 years ago that I was contemplating on bidding for, and then I just completely missed the auction, and I was pretty upset about that. But here we go. This is what it's going to look like when it's all soldered together. So Kenmiri Skyline is one of the few cars that's on my list of ones that I want to own. Hopefully that'll happen at some point, but I don't know when. Time to solder. Doing anything nice for Valentine's Day? No plans currently. I will need to do something for my wife, but I don't know what yet. I have no idea yet. you guys have any suggestions, I will gladly. I'm not particularly a romantic person, so I always struggle with this kind of thing. We don't officially celebrate Valentine's Day, which of course means I have to do something for Valentine's Day. My general rule on it is that if I can't show her on any random day that I care about her, why should I do it on Valentine's Day? But of course, that means I have to do something on Valentine's Day as well. I suspect we probably won't go out for a meal or anything, but I might cook. I might get her like a new handbag or something, because she's been sending me some links to a few, which is I think it's her dropping hints. So perhaps I'll do something like that. Any recommendations for bed frame brands? Not particularly, but my brother used to work in the bed frame industry. So I think he still gets a discount at a company called Happy Beds that he used to work for. I have no idea if they sell the type of thing you're interested in. I've never purchased anything from there. At home, our bed is from IKEA of all places, but it's fine. I think mattresses are more important than bed frames these days. Like you spend 8 hours a night every night on the mattress, like, so you want it to be a good thing. I think that's something that people often overlook. Like people spend like £200 or £300 on a mattress when you can spend a lot more than that. And they say, oh, it'll do, it's just a mattress. It's like, yeah, but you spend 8 hours a night laying on it. Like, surely that's something you want to spend some money on, like to get the best thing you can. I don't know. Like, it just feels like you should spend whatever you spend on your annual holiday. That's the kind of budget you should have for your mattress, I think. 8 hours a night for 5 or 6 years. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time, sorry. Hey, babe, I got you this. Pulls out Tesla bumper and rims. Dude, I'm so annoyed about that still. Like, the fact that she actually crashed the car and didn't tell me, and she's damaged all the wheels and didn't tell me. I'm very annoyed about that. Like, I pay for the car. She doesn't pay anything for the car, and yet she still does that and doesn't tell me. Very annoying. I'll make her drive the company pickup truck, I think. She actually drove it for the first time today properly. She'd done a little bit before, like practicing car parks in it. But today was the first time she actually drove the company pickup truck properly.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, whoever that was, for the sub. Josh, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. £50 petrol for a day to the lakes. That sounds about right. I do like it up in the Lake District, though. It is lovely up there. There's a lot of really nice walks up there. Do you have any special coffee plans that you can send over to the US? Soon, yeah. I can't announce anything just yet, but I'm in the final throes of sorting something out for the coffee for a permanent solution, which I'm pretty excited about. A couple of people do know about this. But yeah, like soon I will have a solution for you, Josh. Pretty soon. Hopefully this month we'll be able to announce it properly. It's been delayed for about 4 or 5 months because of one thing and another. Mel had to take some time off when she was sick last year, well, when she was injured, which delayed things, and then Christmas got in the way, and then shipments got in the way, and then we just had like a really rushy period, and Leo left, and all of those kind of things all happened at once. So it's been very, very much delayed, but it's right on the cusp of being ready now. So I was actually doing some work on it this afternoon. We're just about there now. Annual holiday in this economy. Yeah. I bought an Otti mattress only to realise that my frame is one with some problems. It has a slight dip in the middle. Oh no. We have a Simba mattress. So we tried quite a few different mattresses out, and that's the one that works best for us. It's not the best mattress in the world ever, and it wasn't the most expensive either. It wasn't like stupid one. I think it was like $2,500 or something. But it really, really works for me and my wife. Like, it's one that works together for both of us. So that's what we use currently. Interested to see the long-term review of the e-truck. It's fine, is my current review of it. It's fine. Spent the week in the Lake District for work. Of course, this week was absolutely great. The wet weather wasn't really down it either. Never been before and definitely want to go back. Dude, I love the Lake District. It's one of my favourite places in the world. I try and go and do like a few mountain climbs there every year. It's really nice. In fact, actually, that reminds me, Moons of Empire, we probably need to figure out when we're going to go do our annual mountain climb. Like, figure out a date. Because we were spoilt last year with the weather that we had. Like, we had such good weather for it on the day. And it was such a nice day as well. So we need to figure that out. Almost there now with the soldering. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the soldering here, and then I'm just going to solder one socket for each of the two switches that we need to do. I'm going to push the socket through whilst I'm heating, or push the switch through while I'm heating the solder. Then we'll make sure it's nice and square, and then we'll re-flow the solder. So I'm just going to do the bottom socket on each one, like so. I'm going to do stepped caps lock as well. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the switch lined up with the hole. And then I'm going to push it in as I heat the soldered pad that I've done. I'm going to let that cool off. I'm going to just check that that's visually straight, which it is. And then we'll solder both pins. Just like so. And we're going to do the same for the stepped caps lock. Or I would do if I lined it up correctly. Come on, there you go. Why don't you want to go in? Go. And I'm just going to check that's nice and straight. It's a little bit twisted. Looks good. And we're going to solder the second pin there as well. Cool, that should be all of our soldering done. Just saw the Top Clack site was gone. Do you worry about the loss of knowledge for small communities with Discord not being searchable or an archive like forums used to be? In some ways, yeah, I do. I think a lot of people have the knowledge and can still share it when they need to. But yeah, I do miss the old Top Clack. I hope Brian saved it somewhere. It'd be really nice to know that it's saved. Actually, I might reach out and ask him, because if it is, I can probably just rehost the site. Okay, so that's everything soldered. Next job is to put the controller on the board. So I'm just going to do that. But before we do that, we'll catch up with chat. Just make sure we've covered everything. Let's see. You're excited, says Josh. Is that for the coffee stuff? Yeah, I'm almost ready for it. Can't I put a price on a good night's sleep? Absolutely. Yes, please. Scarfell Pike with Jay. It was so fun. Dude, we had such good weather for it last year as well. I hope we get like the same. It'd be awful if we went this year and it was just rainy and horrible, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Scarfell Pike is going to be on the bucket list for me now. Dude, it's such a good day. Scarfell Pike is one of my favourite things to climb. Like, my favourite mountains to climb. Do I have any pets? Yeah, I have a little dog. She's called Gigi, or it's short for Georgie. And she's like a little terrier cross. She's a rescue dog, so we don't actually know what she is, but she's like a terrier cross. You might see her in some Instagram videos if you follow us on Instagram, because we take her for walks quite a lot, and she comes to the workshop and stuff, so yeah. What's the soldering iron I'm using? It's a TS100 soldering iron. I've had it about 6 years now, and it's probably soldered 3,000 or 4,000 keyboards. It's done really well. I could do with a new one, to be honest. Like, it's had new tips, obviously, but the back case is now all cracked and damaged. So I could probably do with a new one, but it's lasted a long time. It's pretty good. It's a great workhorse. Right, okay, so now we've done that. It's time to install the chip, which we can do nice and easily. I wonder why the design decision was made to do this way. I don't know. Get a pine saw. Yeah, pine saw are very similar. Okay, and then we need a screw as well. I'm going to guess that it's going to be one of these. Oh wait, it might be that silver one there that's like an odd one. Let's just check that this is the right screw first of all. It is. Cool. So I'm just going to pop the chip in, like so. Then we're going to take the screw and we're going to push it down. And we're just going to screw that in so it's nice and flat. Let me show you on the other camera. There you go. Okay. Now it's time to get the tadpoles ready, because we're going to tadpole mount this. And I think it mounts into the top case. So we'll get the top case ready as well. Have I tried Topra before? Yeah, I have a few Topra boards. I'll be honest, it's never really been something that I've been hugely interested in. But I do have some quite rare Topra boards, to be fair. Oh, the tadpoles are quite stiff. Do tadpoles only work on the plate? No. They should only work on this, actually. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a pain of a job because the tadpoles just do not want to go in. There we go. We'll wiggle them until they're in. It was a work trip that didn't want us driving all 100-ish miles, all 100 enters to the outward bound site. Nice. Where is it you work, Jonathan Music, if you don't mind telling me? If you do mind, you don't have to answer that. Okay. I like Topra for the feeling and MX for the sound. I don't like. I genuinely don't have enough experience with Topra. It's kind of like never been my wheelhouse or my forte. I do have some Topra boards. I have a Norbauer that I need to build, Ghost of Christmas Past from a few years ago, and I have a couple of 87 RUs and Real Force boards and stuff like that. But I've never actually done much with them overall. So it's something that I should do at some point. But yeah. Just bought GMK Purplish and some Space Blast. Thank you for the discount. No worries. thought you'd only just bought the set from us as well. Perlin. I don't know why. I don't know why. Rolls-Royce, the aerospace company, not the automotive. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got a friend who works for them as well, called Sui. He was engineer in the engine side of things. Based in Derby. Perhaps we talked about that before because I was talking to someone else the other day about Rolls-Royce. I can't remember who it was now. Who was I talking to that about? Did the guy with the stolen key cult claim the Kahaku? Yeah, we're talking. He hasn't got it yet because we're still shipping out the group buy boards, but he will get one off of us. Yeah. Yeah, we spoke about it on email. He's been pretty cool. Nick of GMK Chaos Theory fame as well has also offered him a free key set. Okay, that's all of the tadpoles in. They were a little bit of a pain to install, but they look good. I think you're talking when talking to me in PAX. Well, did we talk about it? Maybe that's where it is. Yeah. Yeah, based in Derby, doing my degree, gonna get some experience. Here it goes. Nice. Kaz Online, thank you for redeeming Stretch. That's probably a good idea. You can hunch over this board for a bit. Oh, nice. Okay, so next job now is to mount the tadpoles into the top case. We're just going to rest it on, make sure everything lines up correctly, and then we're just going to push each tadpole into the top case in order, just to make sure we're not stretching the PCB or bending anything out of shape. That's all looking nice and flush and even now. And then we can get a sense of how the board's going to look when it's built. The next job is to then connect the JST cable. And then once we've connected the JST cable, we can then screw the board together. It's a very short JST cable. Go. In this case, just put the screws back in to hold the top and the bottom case together. And then we'll give it a test, and then you guys can pick some keycaps. No ribbons, hurrah. Absolutely. Caffeinate. Yeah, the coffee's kind of cold now, otherwise I would do. But I'm good. I'm very caffeinated right now. Plus, it's like 9:30 at night. I probably should have stopped drinking coffee. Earlier than this, really. Probably shouldn't really have a coffee after about 6 PM, I don't think. Probably even 3 PM, but I'm terrible for that. What program do you use for your 3D printing? Curious to get into CAD software and to build little items for storing unique items things. Yeah, so I use Prusa Slicer because I use Prusa printers. So I use Prusa Slicer pretty much predominantly for all of the slicing needs. In terms of design, I tend to do it in Fusion 360. That's just because that's the program that I know. There are plenty of other programs out there. I've dabbled with Rhino. It's reasonable, but it just doesn't quite make as much sense to me as Fusion does. I've tried FreeCAD, but I never really got the hang of FreeCAD. So yeah. Vogon, hey Jane Shetland, love the beard still going on. Vogon, dude, we were literally talking about you the other day. Like, literally, I was seeing Pexon and Matt, and we were talking about you and saying how long it was since we'd seen you around. I really, really hope you were doing well. I could remember your real name. I couldn't remember your username, and it's just come back to me now. So I was going to reach out to you, message you after we had the conversation, but I couldn't because I couldn't remember your username. But we were literally talking about you just the other day. I hope you're excited for the Formula 1 coming up as well. And I hope things are going well wherever you are. It's really good to hear from you, dude. Really, really good to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, come on. Twice I've missed this screw. This screw's really, really deep into the assembly. And I just keep missing the alignment of it. I might have to use a set of tweezers. There we go. Give it one more go. And if I can't get it this time, we'll use some tweezers. There we go. One more screw to go. Is the plate cutting service back in? Not at the minute, no, but it will be soon. So the reason for that is just because of time. I just do not have time to run the laser every day. And when we open the plate cutting service, we usually get inundated with plates. Like usually we get like we probably get like enough for 100 plates worth of orders within a day, which just takes time. And like cutting 100 plates, I can probably cut maybe 15 a day just with time and checking plate files and stuff like that. So it just takes too long. So as much as I want to offer it permanently, like we just don't have the time for it. So at some point soon it'll be back, probably early March, first week in March I think it'll be back, as well as some other options for different materials. So we'll be doing felt inserts and things like that as well. Sky says, hey Jay, really want a decent TKL. Planning on getting the F1 PT run as a group buy. Have I said something that we're running the F1? I don't think I've said that. Do you know any others I could go for that are decent? I've seen a lot of hype around Daji and Marisi boards. Do you happen to know why, or is it just exclusivity? So this is the only Daji board I have. This is the first one I've ever owned. So I couldn't answer that question, really. Like, I think this is a nice board, but like I haven't even tried it yet, so... in terms of other options out there, there are a lot of TKLs. A lot of TKLs. 3 PM is my limit on coffee if I want to be asleep at night. Yeah. Would you ever electrify one of your older cars? I've been watching electric classic cars on YouTube. Their VW Beetle is insane. Yes. So new for this year, my little green pickup truck, which is a Datsun 521 from 1969, is going to be made electric. That's going to be my project for the year. Car-wise, well, I've actually got 2 projects this year. One is electrify the green pickup truck. The other one is get air ride installed on the Laurel, which is a Datsun 1976 Datsun Laurel. The reason for that is just to make it more comfortable when driving it in modern environments, i.e. with speed bumps. It's just a little bit too low to clear them nicely, and it'd be really nice to just have air ride system on it, just for protection and comfort, and so I can keep it standstill and looking as good as it does look when it's there. But I think there's a company called Gresswells who are going to do that for us. So why does that not want to go in? Just putting the feet in here. I do like these feet, they're nice. Okay, cool. So that's the board all put together. It's looking pretty sharp. Next job is to give it a test. Love the colour of the board, very classy. Right, yeah. Do the V12 Toyota Crowns not particularly fancy? Not really, no. But the plan is to... One of the things I actually want to look at is creating a kit for classic cars that I could like have like a small business selling, which would allow you to electrify pretty much any classic car. All you would have to do is manufacture some fabricate some engine mounts for the motor and for the battery, and then just run the length of your cable, and it'll come with everything like a dash harness and everything else, so you could electrify some classic cars. So the absolute plan for this year is to strip down the green Datsun, paint it. I don't know what color yet. Do some like bodywork, rust repairs, that kind of thing. Take the frame, get it acid dipped, do the welding and stuff myself. Paint it, maybe myself, maybe outsource it, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I've only painted one car and it came out reasonable, but I don't know if I want to do that again. But then I'm going to rebuild it and make it electric. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have kind of a kit sourced, and I'm working with some manufacturers to try and see if we can offer this as like a retail kit with the local auto electric group company that's just over the way. So it's kind of like a multiple company type thing, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's get up switch hitter and let's test and see if this board works. Okay, so we are using an NC PCB today. Let's see what we've got. We have absolutely nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. Time to take it apart and have a look and see what's going on. That's interesting. Am I a fan of Hall effect switches? They're not really up my street. They're fine. They're fine. Like, they're okay. I actually quite liked the flare tech switches that were not Hall effect but were in the old routing boards. I actually quite like those. But like I don't dislike Hall effect stuff, but I think there's better ways of doing it. And I think some better ways are coming to market quite soon as well. Mini would be great. You can get there's electric minis out there already, like old ones. Problem is you don't really fit in all the cards you look on. If Tinkerton can fit into my 240Z, you can fit into pretty much anything. Vauxhall Nova Renault 5 rocket ship, absolutely. Painted papaya orange. Yeah, maybe. I've already got a Datsun that's like bright orange. I don't want another bright orange. Salopian manifold, maybe. I do have like a pile of stuff now that's like stuff to be Cerakoted, stuff to send to packs. Any plans on updating the personal sales list? Yeah, it's just a slow process because it's not priority. Like customer orders and shipping product is priority, so my personal sales stuff just doesn't take priority over that. But I do have a list of about another 100 or so boards I'm going to put on there at some point when I get around to it. Ribbon cable strikes back. There's no ribbon cables. It's I don't know what's causing the issue today. I may have missed a switch on the bottom of the PCB or something. Okay. Did I just not connect that cable correctly? I think I might have just pulled out the... Oh, I see. The JST cable had come out of the daughter board, that's the issue. So apparently I had not pushed it in correctly. Dun, 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 dun. What sorts of boards will be going up? The last batch were mostly Grails. There's all sorts of stuff. Like I don't have a list to hand, Sky, but there's all sorts of stuff. Like it's just not priority for me to sell my personal stuff when we can be shipping customers' orders. Customer stuff has to come first over my own personal things. I hope you can appreciate and understand that. Okay, that is now properly in. Yeah, Tink's been in. I think he went in the 240Z like twice. I think. I'm pretty sure we went to the local coffee shop in it for like a coffee and lunch one day, and he was fine in it. And Tinkerton is, he's a big man. He's like 6'5", 6'6". Come on, Jay, what are you doing? Okay, that should be in. Let's give that a test before we screw it back. Hey! We have a keyboard that works. So it was just user error. Okay. We know backspace is working, it's just the wrong key. T isn't working. We'll have a look at that in a second. Okay, they're switched around, but that's fine. Caps lock is control, which isn't a bad thing. Enter's working, shift. Shift. That should be FN. Yeah, so that's working. Okay, so just the letter T isn't working. Let's take a look at why T isn't working. Come on. Now I've plugged this cable back in and now it just does not want to come out. I've got a little flathead screwdriver. Where's the flatheads? I can't see what I'm doing here. This is where I just completely destroy the JST cable on this. Have I missed a switch pin or something, or knocked a diode or something? I don't know. Hold on. There's just, this JST cable is so short. Yank the cable. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so why is the T key not working? Let's have a look. QWERT. Well, it's soldered correctly. There's nothing wrong with the soldering. Definitely that one, right? QWERT. Everything looks okay, just here. I'm going to try reflowing the diode, see if that's the issue here. Let's figure it out. QWERT, yeah, it's definitely that one. What's the supporter go? Oh, okay, Metal Kaiju keycaps. What are the effects on sound feel? They're just the same. They're just the same. Alex also did a video with all keys metal sets. Sound a little weird for my taste. Yeah, I mean we've had metal sets in stock before. They're very much an acquired taste, I think. Okay, where did I put the solder? It's here. I'm just going to reflow the diode as well. Just see if it's that. Like one side of it looks like it could possibly be. Can't see anything else that looks like it would be affected, so let's give that a try and see if that fixes it. Separate the top case from the PCB. Yeah, the thing is, like when I separate the top case from the PCB, like then it's getting the tadpoles realigned, but it's fine. It's fine. Like, this isn't the first keyboard I've built. I've probably built 4,000 or 5,000 now. It's just awkward when you're on stream as well, because you have to be very conscious of how you're doing things too. There we go. Okay, let's see if the T key now works. The switch is definitely soldered fine. There we go. It must have been just the diode. One leg of the diode did look like it was slightly incorrect, as though it had been missed on the actual solder on the manufacturing of the pick and place machine. Let's screw the board back together, and then you guys can pick some keycaps for the board. The issue I have if we take the PCB and top case assembly apart is then getting the actual tadpoles to sit correctly into the top case. It's a pretty little board for sure. It's a great looking 60. I really like the design language on the base. It's one of my favorite things about the board. Jay's so into coffee now he doesn't accept any tea. Dude, I've never really drunk tea. Like, I know I'm a Brit, but tea's never really been on my radar. I only tend to drink tea, and I know that you were joking because it was a tea key that wasn't working. But I only tend to really drink tea when I'm ill, and I tend to have honey in it. It's a pretty little board for sure. It is sacrilege. What, for not drinking tea? Oh, I need to get my magnetic screwdrivers back in. Although I don't think these screws are magnetic. There we go. There we go. can you please stock BioLite aluminium plates? I don't think we can stock the plates. The agreement we have with Omnitype is that they will stock them, but we will restock the boards at some point soon. But as far as I know, we can't stock the extras, I think, but I'll double check that. Cool, so that's the board all put together. I'm just going to put the actual keyboard back in that I'm using in a minute, and then you guys can pick some keycaps for it. Yeah, so the issue I had with the board, one was, well, it wasn't an issue with the board, but with the tadpoles, especially when you build like the frog and things like that, even though the tadpoles are designed to push off the bottom case, to push them into the top case, the tadpoles were, well, they were really tight to get into the PCB anyway, but they just didn't push them into the top case, and what happened was the PCB was actually sitting a little bit low in this back corner, because the tadpole wasn't entering the top case correctly. It was kind of like bulging and pushing it away. I don't know if that affects it with this, but it's always made it like a thing in my head from building the frog, that if I'm using tadpoles, I tend to just put the plate into the top case first so that it's all there correct. You do make a mean cupper? Yeah. You should have gotten black magnetic screws in a bag. Maybe. Yeah. It's all built now anyway. I prefer the silver screws for it. I think they're just nicer, but there might be some black magnetic ones, but I don't have my magnetic screwdrivers today anyway. I'm just using the Weeha ones at the minute, and they're not magnetic, so. Coffee is king, but I do like a wee green tea here and there. Mint tea, yes, I do drink a bit of mint tea. Cheers for the discount, picked up Nightshade. No worries, no worries. Yeah, just a reminder, guys, you can get 20% off anything in stock if you're watching while we're streaming today, using the code SundayStreamBliss, all one word. If you want buy one, get one free on any artisans we have in stock, you can use Sunday Artisan Bliss, and you can stack both of those codes at checkout if you want as well. I really like the contrast on the back of the board. It's great, isn't it? Look at the design language here. Just the 3 different colours, the way it separates out. My favourite part is just the chamfer in here, keeping them separately. Yeah, I know you were the designer, Wayne. Yeah, I know you're the designer. Sorry if that didn't come across before. It's always nice when you have the designers watching. We were talking a little bit earlier on about the decisions on where to put hook marks in boards as well, because we noticed that was in the bottom case there's hook marks here and here, and then here on this side, and also on one of the screw points on the top as well.
Tasty,
so it's explaining.
tasty.
Hey Lightning, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that, and welcome to the stream, guys. Very, very happy to have you all here. So just explaining that the reason why when you have anodization hook marks, you don't just hook it like here, for example, because it can swing around inside the anodization tank. So you can't just have one hook point. You can't just have 2, because you can still get that. You might not get the lateral movement, but you can get the different kinds of movement and rotational movement as well with you if you're only one hook. So what they tend to do is you tend to hook it in 2 parts like so, and then also have a third one on a third axis, just to stop that kind of rotational as well. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, Lightning. I really appreciate it. Lightning fast raid, absolutely. Welcome. We're just about to pick some keycaps for the board. Yeah, we're building the Daji. I think Juan's still here as well, the designer of the board. The Seis, Cero. Actually, so Juan, if you're still around, like my knowledge of the language is pretty basic, I'll be honest. But it's called the Seis, Cero because of the 6 and the 0, right? But shouldn't it have been 60? Or am I just way off with the language? Or am I just off with the language? Feels okay, man. Yeah, that's the denim colorway. Yeah. Okay, cool. So the board's built. Let's take a vote on the keycaps that you guys can see today on the board. I'm just going to zoom the camera in a touch, so when we're putting the keycaps on, you guys can see it. I'll just move that out of the way. Say Cero just sounds cooler. Say Cinco, Ocho Cuatro. Yeah, I know. It just like I don't know. There's just part of me that like I don't know. I just like whole numbers. Right, guys. One of the mods is going to get the poll up, and you guys have got 3 choices for keycaps. In fact, the poll's already there. You can see it. You just need to look behind the current pin message. First option is GMK Firefly. This should fit really nicely with the keyboard. There's also some child kits there if you need to use them for Firefly. The second option is GMK Moonlight, which again should fit really closely actually. This should be a really nice set for the board actually. Just to give you an example of how the colours are going to look there. And there's the accent colour as well. And then the third choice today is GMK Calm Depths. So again, something on the blue scale, just so you guys can see. Those are 3 choices. I'll just show you one of the blue of the first set as well. So there you go. Those are the 3 choices today. Let me know what you're going to pick. GMK Midnight is not Moonlight. Wait, what? No, Moonlight and Midnight are 2 different sets. Moonlight and Midnight are 2 different sets, good sir. I was early, not for the first time. You put Midnight in the thing. It's Midnight. It's GMK Midnight. Look, it says Midnight on it. GMK Midnight. It is Midnight. That's what I said, right? Did I say Moonlight by mistake? I don't know. Did I say Moonlight? Oh, okay. Okay, I said Moonlight. Okay, fine. I meant Midnight. It is GMK Midnight. It is Midnight, yeah. Firefly seems to be winning by quite some margin at the minute. It's a shame Calm Depths has never been on a board. Like, I've had it for, what, 2 years since the group buy shipped, and it's never been on a board. He said Gaslight, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Apology accepted. I am apologizing. I do apologize. It is late. It's 9:50 PM, yeah. I almost thought it was Blackbrook TKL versus 75 thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know why that message keeps coming up, because that was like last week's thing. Hold on, I think I figured out why. There we go. We're not playing marbles for that today. We might play marbles, but just for fun. Not for a prize today. No giveaways this week. I don't do that no more. I think he said Midnight. Maybe I just completely got it wrong. But it is Midnight. It's definitely the Midnight keycap set. It's actually getting pretty close there. Firefly and Midnight are kind of like even pegging at the minute. Someone's using votes in the background, I see. I'll drop my vote in as well. Put Calm Depths on. Trust everyone doesn't vote for it because they don't want to be blinded and get jealous. Yeah. I give away the discount code. Dude, like, I mean, you do get a giveaway with the discount code. Like, if you buy an artisan that's in stock, you get another one for free. That's pretty much a giveaway, right? It's pretty much a giveaway. I also need to catch up on the there's an interest check that I kind of like the idea, but it's not fully thought out, and there's like a load of stuff missing, but I don't want to be that person. But I can see that there's been like 4 or 5 messages on it on Geekhack since I started streaming, so I'm going to go have a read of that and see if anyone's given the feedback that I'm thinking that I don't want to be the person to say. GMK Mood Night. Yeah, Mood Night would be cool. Perhaps you need to... GMK Night Might, says Geeky Ed. What about GMK Calm Night instead of Calm Depths and Midnight? You could do a GMK Calm Night set, like a mixture of the two. That'd be quite cool. Mega Artisans, I loaded with Kate earlier in the week. I need good storage solution for these. Yeah, one thing we've never done at PT is storage cases for Artisans. It's something I want to do though. We've looked into some options before, but we've never really come up with anything. So, GMK Waterman. Fluffy Keeps. Behave. Years worth of points. Boom. Alaric. Yeah, the boats have been going a little bit mad for Midnight and Firefly here. It's interesting to see how it's been done. Mood Night and the Enter Novel keys turn the big light off. That's a good idea. I like that. Meep Meep, like the Roadrunner set. Do it. Come up with the ideas, guys. Make the sets. Do it. Why not? It doesn't have to be GMK either. You could do it in all sorts of stuff. I think you'd have to get the Roadrunner set licensed though, which might be a struggle. Right, okay, so we are going for Firefly. I do have the Nordic kit, but because this board is ANSI only, we don't need that today. And I do also have the D accent kit as well for this, but I think we're just going to use a stock base for this, so I'll leave the lid off. I think I just lost 11k points. Damn, it's a shame we're bringing out that whole change points for t-shirts thing like next week. Come on. Why don't you want to go on? There we go. Bouncy. No ISO enter this week, sadly. There we go. Right, we don't need that either. 1.75. Oh yeah, that's caps lock. What am I doing? Anusite enter. I think we'll go for the accent one because I really like the accent key on this set. Okay. Remember which shifts I need. That one. I do need to find a stepped caps lock as well. Don't need any arrow keys or any F keys. Don't need that. UWE-RTYU. QWERTYU. We put that one over. There we go. This hurt me so much that I can't get Jay to change his accent. Well, it's one of those things. Ansi in the UK reporting for duty. Jim K. Ansi dreams. Every key has A and a sign on it. Nice. Yeah. Chunky will return enter key squad where you at. I like the added symmetry of NSI, but type better on ISO. Yeah. Are these Cherry MX Ergo clears? No, these are POM piano switches that we were using today. The board's just kind of in the light. That's because of the angle of the board. Like it's a 9-degree angle, so it's just shedding into the light. I'm pretty happy with how this looks already, though. Wait a second, what am I doing? Yes. Backspace on there. Looking good. I do need to try and find a stepped caps lock though. Oh, we do have Angry Alt as well. Alt GR, great key. Starting to look like a proper keyboard now. We are using ANSI, so I have to remember that we do need the pipe key. Oops. There's a stepped caps lock key. Oh wait, did we put this not stepped caps? Oh, we put it on full caps. Silly. And you know what? We're going to put control there. I thought we put it on stepped caps. I don't know why. Perhaps I meant to and then didn't. Put the accent escape as well. There's the little control key. I think the 2 key is just slightly out of whack. So we might have to adjust that later on. It just looks like it's not quite level. I wonder if it's just not being quite level when I've soldered it. Like the big left shift. Yeah, nothing wrong with the left shift. sits nice and flat actually. It might be just an optical illusion. Okay. There we go. That is the keyboard all built. Cap should never be a thing. No cap. That's where you have more control. Absolutely. Okay, so there we go, guys. This is the Seis Cero with GMK Firefly. How good does that look? It looks so good. I'm really happy with the anodization. This is quite a tall board though. 9-degree angle there. That's quite steep. But it looks pretty good. What does everyone do for arrow keys on layouts like this? So for me, it's usually one of two things. It's either Shift and WASD, or Control FN and WASD. Bobby, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that, dude. Or alternatively, sometimes I'll put it onto the HJKL here, so I'll just have it on HJKL. But I tend to struggle with the reach of that a little bit because I've got quite fat fingers and short palms, and well, fat palms and short fingers. So I do tend to struggle with the reach on that, especially for like the left arrow. So I tend to just end up with WASD. Need a big Alt key for caps. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm super happy with how this came out. Look at that. It looks so good. Italian arrows, best arrows. I don't think this case has ever been on a board before, you know. I think this is the first board it's ever been on. You can see the texture there in the camera light. I don't think it's ever been typed on. Should we see how the board sounds? Let's pause the music and have a listen, see how it sounds. Bring that. That sounds really, really, really good. I'm pretty happy with that. That sounds really, really good. It looks great as well. Do you know what would be really cool if we could get accent pieces for this? Just to change that to kind of like match the accent piece or something like that would be really cool. That's so cool. Such a cool board. Super, super happy with this. Super, super happy. Love the design language. Love the side profile. This is really nice here. Just this little detail here. Just really, really nice. Yeah, really, really nice. Debated. Wait, what? What F1 group buys everyone's talking about? Don't know what you're talking about. Muggle Clutch, what an awesome chonker. It's such a nice board. It's such a, I don't know if extras are for sale for this yet, but like guys, like don't sleep on it if there are. So nice. This colorway came out great as well. I think there was another colorway very similar to this kind of color. I wish I'd gone for that one in some respects, but I'm really, really happy with this. Jay, can we get a search on the account orders? I can't work out if I bought this artisan before or not. It might be easier to search in your emails, Azora, because you'd have had an email confirmation. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Check out GMK Gladiator. I think I've seen that. Yeah, you're going for the F1ATEX 1000%. Nice. Nice. I want the Regal F1. Yeah, it's a lovely board, is that? It's a really nice colorway. Really nice colorway. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. Like, it's come out really, really cool. Juan, if you're still watching, dude, super, super, super excited for this board. Thank you so much for watching. Probably a better example of the colors here in this camera. The top down gets a little bit washed out with the lights. Filled 3 pages of order history now. I'm not sure you the wife that. So I can't remember how many orders it shows a page, but there are people who are in the triple figures of pages. So just bear that in mind. Like we have some really, 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 really huge customers on there. It's kind of nuts, really. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. I'm super stoked with how nicely it came out. It sounds great. It looks great. The quality's great. Thank you to Tim Thupkeys as well for handling the group buy. Yeah, really, really cool. Really, really cool. Like it just looks great. It just looks fantastic. I'm wondering if I should have got a HHKB version. Slight regretty on that. Maybe HHKB would have been quite cool. But I'm super stoked with this. It's come out really, really nice. Like that blue is just, look how it changes in the light. Just to die for. Such a nice code. That's so cool. HHKB would look great, but look good on this, but this is great. Well, I think my personal favorite layout for 60% is wing keyless. Like that's just what I default to on most 60%. But I don't have many HHKB boards, and I think the styling of this would just really suit it with the thin side bezels and the thicker forehead and front angle. I think it just looked really nice. So yeah. Some more blue on the main camera. Yeah, so because of the streamlights, it kind of washes out a little bit. So this is probably a little bit more representative of the actual color. In fact, this is probably a little bit too bright, actually. It's probably a little bit saturated as this. It's kind of in between the two, just because of the way the lights are set up in the minute. So yeah, but it's kind of so nice. Super, super nice. Super, super happy with that. I think it's great with monocolor keycaps and HHKB 60 and silver. Yeah, like there's so many options with the HHKB board. Looks like derivative blue. No comment. I don't know if it's the same or not. I don't have a blue one together. Looks similar to the Mechanistic Ultramarine. It's not the same as the Ultramarine. It's really close to the... I don't know if it is the same color. It's the same manufacturer. I can tell from the finish of the boards as derivative. But it might not be the same color. It's probably anodized in a different bath at a different time. So it's probably not exactly the same, but it'll be close, I think. Out of curiosity, do you know why Omnitype isn't selling the alu plates to the bow light through vendors? I think it's just because like it's just another thing to manage. Like, and most people don't want like alu plates and parts and stuff like that. Like we sell so few of them. Like we'd probably if we sold 200 bow lights, we'd probably sell like 4 or 5 different plates, and that'd be it. Like orders for plates, standalone. Like people don't really buy that. People like to have the option, but then people don't tend to buy it. So it's a whole lot of logistics to manage for something that we won't even break even on. So. It's probably the same with that. Derivative blue looks much lighter, or a bit lighter anyway. Both very saturated colors. So the issue with the cameras here is for the top down view, like it gets washed out a little bit. So to try and get an accurate color match is really difficult. It's not a million miles away, but we lose some of the detail in like if I make it really color match, like because I use a black desk mat and I have the copper desk, it kind of all blends into one if I make this really accurate, and it's difficult to see what's going on. So we do lighten this and brighten this, but that does then wash out the colors a little bit, especially with the lights. And we're on a D65 light setup here, but then like on the face cam, just to make sure that you can actually see me and not just the background, and the background's a little bit darker, the colors are a little bit brighter, so it's really hard for us to actually balance it. And that's why like if my sleeve looks like a different color and my skin looks like a different color across the two cameras, just because of the way the light is. Diamond selling silver keycap teaser. Unfortunately, I was going to show this on stream today. So NotDBS has manufactured a sterling silver keycap with some diamonds in. Unfortunately, one of my members of staff has got it on their staff keyboard at the minute, and that's not at the workshop. So I can't show it on stream today because it isn't here, but it will be on stream next week. This and the coral for that matter. This was a custom color. Took so many tries before approval. Nice. Yeah, okay. The coral's a really nice color. When I kind of like if Tim's got a HHKB in that color, I'd probably be interested in that. This board needs Prussian blue. GMK Prussian blue needs to happen. Unfortunately, when we tried to last run the group buy, it didn't get made. I know that No Pun in 10 is trying to have a look at doing it again, but I don't know what the take-up's been like on it. But Prussian blue should happen. Like it's such a good kind of like set and color, and with the history of Prussian blue in general, like it needs to get made. Blue boards and caps are tough to pair well usually. Like I think this works really, really well. Certainly in real life, it looks a little bit nicer than it does in the colors here. I think Midnight would work really well with it as well, because Midnight's not a blue set. It's kind of like a bluey gray. So I think that like, hold on, let's get the keycaps out of the way. I think just because of the colors of the board, like that could also work really, really well. Maybe it's not quite as nice as I thought though. But yeah, blues are really hard to match. Beige would work well on this. I don't have any beige to hand. I think Calm Depths, which again is a grey blue, works really well too. Like, I think that like works quite well. It's probably a little bit dark, but like when you get this out of the light in the darker shade, like this, like, I just think that works really well. But it is difficult to match blues. Pinks are another one that's tough to match as well. Like if you've got different pink things, like the pinks have to really work well together. What doesn't beige work well on? Is Diego still here? Usually he drops when he raids. He usually drops straight out. But yeah, Blue Alert ran not too long ago. I think I remember buying a set not so long back when it was in Group Buy last. But yeah, Blue Alert as well. Grand Prix will match as well. Yeah, Grand Prix would look quite good. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Blue boards look great with white on black. Maybe. I remain unconvinced by that. Maybe. I remain unconvinced by that. May I have a picture from the staff member? I mean, it's Sunday night. They're not at work. It's like 10:10 on a Sunday night. They're not going to reply to me if I ask them today. But they'll all be back in the office tomorrow, so we'll get some pictures taken then. Don't worry. So yeah, beige is always the answer. Yeah. Do you know what actually might work really well on this? Chaos Theory. Just thinking about it. Do I have that up? Nope. Where's in-stock GMK? There it is. Yeah, Chaos Theory might work well. Oh, I'll tell you what would work really well, actually. Nightshade. Chaos Theory might work quite well, but Nightshade would probably work really well with it. Yeah, Pacific is a good choice for blue. I think we've sold out of Pacific. I think we sold out quite a while ago. We do have a massive range of GMK in stock, probably more than anywhere else right now. Indigo wouldn't have worked. Looking at Indigo, don't think that'd have worked. Nightshade would though. Maybe Nightlight. It's probably a bit paler, but it could work quite well. Von Grubble, hey man, good to see you. I like Norse, which would be a great match. Do you know Norse is one set I never owned, but yeah, it would look really good. Chaos Theory, Chaos Base, yeah. Midnight Rainbow would look fantastic. I don't know, it's too black. Midnight Rainbow's like one of my favourite sets, which is why I designed it, but yeah, I'm not quite sure how it would work. How about black on white? Maybe. Like, I just think the white would be too stark for the blue and wouldn't quite work. Jay, did the designers for the Eden 60 reach out to you? They're looking for more vendors for R2, so just curious if you're going to be one of them. I don't believe they have reached out to me for the Eden 60. I certainly don't recall them reaching out. I don't actually remember the project. I may have seen it, but I may have not. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, I have seen this. I really like it. They have not reached out to me, but if they want to work with me, then I don't tend to reach out to designers and ask them if they want to work with PT. I'd rather them come to me if they want me to sell their products. I think it's better if we do an organic relationship that way around. When I reach out to them, it's very few and far between. I've probably only done that maybe 5 or 6 times in the entire time PT has been running, and it's been on something that I've personally absolutely had to have. So yeah, so if they want to reach out to me and they want me to sell their products, I'm absolutely happy to do that and have a look at it, assuming we can get everything to work. Yeah, I didn't realize they were doing an R2. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's entirely up to them. Daylight Rainbow. So Daylight Rainbow I do want to do, but I want to do it after we redo Midnight Rainbow. So we're going to do Midnight Rainbow round 2. We're going to do it in stock. I just need to work out the details and the timing. But I think because GMK's queue's down to like 4 months now for stock colours, I think we'll be fine with that. And then as soon as we've done that, we might do Daylight Rainbow as well. GMK Oiler. Yeah, GMK Oiler's not too far away now. Green keypacks, did you say? Yeah. Neo 80 in green, just gauging the market. I built a Neo 80 on stream in green a couple of months ago. We put GMK suited on there, it did look quite good. Midnight Rainbow gets 1.5 U supers. Please do an extension kit. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see. Do you have a personal oceanographer? If so, what color do you get? Yeah, I do. It's actually up here. It's just on that shelf just there. It's in a custom green color, but it's a prototype one. It's not actually one of the group buy runs of the oceanographer. So yeah. Oiler could look great on that blue. Oh, actually, do you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Oiler could look great on this. Yeah. Yeah, it could look great. Or like icon mods for Midnight Rainbow. So the reason why we did text and icon mods for Midnight Rainbow is to give the color a chance to shine through, so it actually looks like the color and it gives you the rainbow thing. If you just do text, it kind of washes it out a little bit, and if you just do icon, it's kind of like not enough of the color to make the mod, like there's too much black on the mods to make it look like the colors like flowing nicely. So that's why we picked text and icon mods, or I picked them. So yeah. What switches in your gaff? Can't remember. I'd have to take it apart to have a look. I have a feeling it's Gator on inks, but I can't remember. How do I like the Duck Viper V2? Yeah, it's a great board. It's actually just behind me. Where is it? There. That's the Duck Viper V2 there with Jim K Ashes on. Great board again. It's just the typing angle's a bit too steep for me, but it's nice. Zooted isn't either. No, Zooted is sold out, sadly. It was in stock for probably nearly a year until it sold out, but it's now sold out. Excited to get my Kahaku soon. Yeah, all the invoices are being sent out, so we sent about 20% of the invoices for Kahaku to be shipped on Friday, and the remaining invoices are going to go live this week, so you should get them between Monday and Wednesday, hopefully. Keep an eye on our Notion pages, because that's where we'll update to say what percentage we're at and how many we've sent. And then we'll do the in-stock raffle for the Kahakus that remain towards the back end of this month. We'll announce that on the Discord club. So yeah, watch out for that. Zooted is goated. It's okay. No, it's a good set. It's not personally to my taste and sensibilities, but it is a really nice set. I tell you what else looks nice on green boards. GMK Panda, because it's got a hint of green. That looks really good. That looks good. Cool. Okay, guys, it is 10:15 at night here in the UK. I have run out of time because I have to be home for 10:30. My wife gave me a deadline today, and it's about a 5-minute drive, so I need to pack up, get sorted. Time for me to head home. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do keep up to date with everything we're doing on the website, on Discord and Instagram. I update Instagram daily with stories about what we're doing here at the workshop, so you can always follow along and see the fun and see what projects we're working on. Discord I'm heavily involved in, constantly on Discord. It's where half my life runs, so please do check that out. I'll be back next week on stream. I'm not sure what we're building next week, but we'll be building something, and we've got a ton of extras coming this week as well, so please do take a look out for those, including some GMK sets. Nightlife, GMK Beige add-on, Euler is on the way as well, and so is Alter Reader. So yeah, plenty to come this week, so I'll take care of that, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all soon. I think this is going to be my daily driver for a week or two now. But take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Take care.